Yo, it's your boy HD. About to do the not a prediction vlog. I don't do prediction vlogs. But, you know, a preview of the event we got going on October 11th. You know, the 3-year anniversary at Foundation. Yeah, because this card is getting talked about a lot. But you know, we'll see what it do. It always looks good on paper. We'll see what they do in the ring. I'm gonna start off with the second, you know, the right half of the flyer, and then I'll go over to the left half, starting from bottom to top. Joey Jungle and Wilds has been postponed. What we do have is RO Dub versus Wilds in a promo, 3 rounds. And what I have to say about this battle is pretty simple. Wilds has bars. He does. His performance isn't all that great. It's kind of monotone, kind of quiet, and he's going to need to come out of his shell, or he could fuck around and get 3-0'd by RO Dub. You know, RO Dub's good. You know what I mean? He's not great, at least not by my standards, but he's good enough to go bar for bar with Wilds. The difference is going to be the performance. So unless Wilds can step up his performance game, he's going to get run the fuck over. So hopefully Wilds steps up his performance game and we get a real good battle out of that. But you know me, I don't want a body, I don't want a classic. I want to you know, mop him up with a squeegee and put him in a fucking Ziploc bag when you haven't done enough. So Wilds, you got a lot of homework to do and a lot of upgrades to make in your performance game to get that body bag, to get that Ziploc bag. Otherwise, you're going to be the one in the Ziploc bag. Next, we got Big Ant and Kizzy. Kizzy, he had a good debut with Face Off. I think, you know, I don't always agree with the judges. It's usually like 60-40 in either direction, you know, depending on, you know, the time of year, I guess, or the judges in question. But I don't agree with them very often. And, you know, it's almost, it's closer to 60-40 than it is 50-50. And I thought that Kizzy and Wilds, at the very least, should have went to OT, but Wilds wanted to. And then he lost to Flo Leeds, which I also, you know, he went to OT. He wasn't as good in the battle against Flo Leeds than he was against Wilds. With that being said, he's a cadence rapper, kind of like a B Magic or a Danger Zone, but I don't think he hasn't shown the talent that B Magic or Danger Zone does. With that being said, Big Ant, he's a brother to Unanimous. He's got bars, he's got punches. His presence a little bit to be desired, but you know, he's got more of a battle format than Kizzy does. So Kizzy's going to probably have to step his bars up to really see him in that battle. But it could go either way. I think it's a decent matchup. It's Big Ant's first battle in the league. It'll be Kizzy's third, so we'll see what they do. We got the Glenjamin coming off of IR. Yeah, that's right, bitches. I got a league, and in a league, there's an IR. You know what I mean? He's coming off an injured reserve. He got injured a little while ago. You know, physical injury. I don't know. If he wants to tell you the details, he'll tell you the details. I know the details. That's why he was on IR. He's coming off of IR to battle Mike Turpin. So you got the comedic rapper versus the comedian turned rapper. And, you know, Mike Turpin, he works probably the hardest out of everybody on the roster to improve his craft as far as rapping and dropping punches is concerned. Glenjamin he's kind of an enigma. He's one of those guys that can actually rap, and he can formulate punchlines, and he can battle, but he'd rather tell jokes that don't necessarily rhyme with each other instead. He says he's going to do more of the, you know, rapping and multi-syllables and make it more, you know, flow better. You know what I mean? Because he didn't necessarily flow very well in the past. And he hasn't beaten anybody that was, well, good or even average in the ring. All of his wins are no-show victories or over somebody that was terrible. So hopefully he steps his bars up and he hangs with Mike Turpin. Mike Turpin, he's okay. You know, he's still finding his footing. He hasn't really found his style in battle rap yet. But it's not because of lack of ambition or effort. So I think this will be a real good battle. It'll be real funny if they both do what they can do to the best of their ability. I don't see a clear winner in this at all. It'll be 2-1 either way, if you ask me. Next, we got MC Valentine and Heartless Paperman. This is a competition clause battle because Heartless Paperman's got like -2 points via no-shows and shit. He paid his fee. He's back in the league. You know, he just battled Monkey Man not that long ago. If you saw it, you know, Paperman's got bars. So it's really a question of how seriously he takes the battle because in times past, if there's money on the line, Paperman comes to play. If there isn't money on the line or some sort of bragging rights, Paperman, he be bullshit. And Valentine's not going to play with him. You know what I mean? He's going to give him bars. Whether or not he forgets some bars, leaves some bars out, I've never seen him go through a performance clean and get all of his bars out. Maybe against Da Vinci up in Beast Mode, but not in our ring. But if Valentine gets all his shit out and has a good performance, it's going to be hard for Paperman to hang if he doesn't come on point with his performance. But if Paperman comes in and does what he can do, that's a great battle already. I mean, it could go either way. I think it's a tough matchup. We'll see what it can do. Next, we got Stampede and Purely Deaf. Purely Deaf, he's the comedian. He's also a comedian, but he was a rapper first. And he used to be in a crew of mine. You in a crew with me, you're part of the elite to begin with. We don't allow no weak motherfuckers in the crew. So, Purely Deaf can spit, you know what I mean? And he's very opinionated. We don't be seeing eye to eye on a lot of shit, but you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that he isn't good. He's very good at what he does. He's very funny. He can rap well. Stampede is also funny. He likes to be a bully. He's not as good in the ring when he tries to bully. But if he just comes with the bars, it's going to be tough sledding for Purely Deaf. But at the same time, there's a lot to be said about Stampede because he runs his mouth so much. He gives you a lot of material to use against him. So depending on the angles that Purely Deaf takes, this could be an instant classic for real. If they both go to fuck in, it could be an instant classic. Now they're already talking a lot of shit. I like the animosity that they have between them. This is also this is not a promo anymore. This is a roster spot match. Stampede is challenged Purely Deaf for his roster spot, and Purely Deaf is defending his roster spot against Stampede. So we'll see. Because Stampede wants the crown. And right now, Purely Deaf's in as well. So we'll see what he can do. If he can make the roster by going through Purely Deaf, I mean, that will be a competition clause battle. So he'll get double the points if he manages to win. Because he's the underdog. Purely Deaf is top 10. It's that simple. Next, we got SK and Naps. Naps just took a loss to Ammo at the last event. It was a very good battle. Actually, no, it was an event before the last event, but it was a very good battle. If you didn't check it out, YouTube faceoffbattles.com. Actually, just Face Off Battles on YouTube. Go check that out. It was a good battle. Naps has bars. I said it before the battle in the preview I did for that one. It's the animation. It's the performance that he needs to work on. He was a better performer in that battle than he had been in times past. But Ammo is an over the top performer. SK's got bars as well. He's not as good a performer as Ammo, but he's a better performer than SK. The question is, does he have the bars that can hang with Naps? Because SK does have bars, and so does Naps. It's really, really close, highly contested, I think. So we'll have to see how Naps steps up his performance game and how SK, if his bars can hang with Naps' bars, or if he continues to improve on the performance end as well. Right now, I think going in, he's a slightly better performer than Naps, but his bars might not be as good as Naps or just on level with Naps. So we'll see what they do. He can't choke because Naps doesn't really choke. He choked a little bit against Mike Main, but other than that, I don't think I've ever seen Naps choke. So he's going to have to come out clean and have a really good performance to convincingly take that win. Otherwise, it's damn sure going to be a debatable. And I don't want a debatable. I want a goddamn Ziploc bag. So one of y'all going to have to overachieve or step your fucking game up. Simple and plain. Next, we got King Bunzy and Unanimous. Now, I'm hearing the exact same thing from both battlers. Unanimous is like, yo, Bunzy, dead man walking. By the way, shout out to Unanimous. He's the newest member of the Face Off promo team. You'll be seeing him more and more in our ring doing the goddamn thing. King Bunsy's been a member of the promo team. He's also a member of the staff. King Bunsy, I think his most recent battle, if I'm not mistaken, probably against White Cheddar at iBattle. He did his thing, a lot of punches. He wasn't as jokey as he normally is. King Bunsy can do it all. He can rap. He can throw punches. He can tell jokes on you, which are still punches. They're just, funny punches. He can do it all. So it really depends on which King Bunsy and which Unanimous shows up. If they both show up in top 4, I can't call it. I really can't. Because in top 4, they both they throw some haymakers. You know what I mean? It's like Tyson versus Tyson. Who will win? Oh. Well, Tyson would be Tyson. I don't know. It's a mirror match. You know what I mean? But not a mirror match at the same time. I think King Bunsy has more gears. But Unanimous, he comes from left field sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't think King Bunsy comes as far, you know what I mean? From Unanimous, you have to expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? And King Bunsy isn't as far as abstract as like that. So, it'll be apples and oranges maybe, but I think it'll be a goddamn good battle either way. We also have Smoke Black versus Eno Esquire. This was supposed to happen before. And Eno bowed out, said he wanted to concentrate on music. It gave Smoke the forfeit victory. We brought this act up for the second time. It's his first battle back, actually. You know what I mean? He paid his fine. He's back in the league. Smoke Black, same thing, actually, because he left the league for a little while, due to some issues. This is also a competition clause battle because Eno Esquire is ranked 32nd. I believe Smoke Black is ranked 4th. So, in opposed to some of the competition clause battles where you've seen in the past where, he gets double the points for the victory. No, this is triple the points. This is like when it was Lou versus Cap Yoff. The reason why Lou is as highly ranked as he is because Cap Yoff forfeit to him at triple the points. Lou got 3 points for that. Cap Yoff took 6-point loss. This is one of those cases. If Smoke Black loses, he's going to take a severe loss. He's going to lose at least 3 points, if he loses. And Eno Esquire can gain 3 points, if not 6, if he 2 owes him. Eno Esquire is one of those guys that every time he gets in the ring, he's better than the last time he was in the ring. He greatly improves one battle to the next is one of the things that I really like about Eno Esquire. He complains a lot when he loses. That's annoying for anybody. But when he gets in the ring, no matter what ring it is, Maryland Mortuary, Face Off, Pit Fights, he is that much better than he was the last time he was in the ring. He greatly improves. Smoke Black, the last time we saw him in the ring, I believe it was against King 4-4. Defending his roster spot, and he had one of his better performances. His bars were really that great, but he had a great performance. Eno Esquire is not really known for a great performance guy. He's got bars, but he doesn't have great performance. So I think it's an interesting clash. They're both going to have to come with it. Smoke Black's going to have to come with more bars like he has in the past than he did against King 4-4 to win this battle. I think it will be highly contested, and if Eno steps up with the performance, it could be a wash if Smoke Black doesn't come with the bars like he can. So hopefully Smoke Black comes with the bars. I know he doesn't like to. He'd rather just talk to niggas. Talking to Eno Esquire is not going to fucking work. You're going to have to bring some bars or you're going to be in a Ziploc bag. I brought a squeegee. I'll knock you up. Hop in the Ziploc bag if you want to. I'll just seal it. Go to the trunk, get another Ziploc bag for the next body. So, the next battle, JR Slander and Deft. This has been postponed twice. Highly anticipated on both previous cards. JR Slander, he's battling Heartless in December. He's got Deft. Deft is fighting for the title next Saturday in Providence against Reaper. Or right now he's known as Reaper. He's battling at the Coliseum. Hopefully he wins because he's battling for the name, but if he doesn't, he'll be the artist formerly known as Reaper. I don't know what his new name would be. I hope he doesn't have one picked out because that's a defeatist ass attitude. You go out there and you mop that boy. You bring back a Ziploc bag. I want a Ziploc bag. I don't care what you put in it, but it better look like blood. And you can write on there, formerly known as Repa, because that's how he spells his shit. Alright? I want that Ziploc bag there. So about this match that I'm talking about, Deft and J.R. Slander. Deft he's a puncher. He doesn't really do the comedy thing. He's a decent performer. He's not a bad performer. He likes URL more than like King of the Dot or Flip Top or Grind Mode, and he tries to perform more on the URL way. He has to get it out quicker because we don't do 3-minute rounds, and even URL rounds aren't 3 minutes unless they really on the clock. Most of the time, them niggas spent like 4.5-minute rounds for real. Dumbass pauses and shit. But that aside, J.R. Slander does have punchlines. I think he's the better rapper. But he doesn't, I don't think he punches quite as much as Deft will punch. So we'll see what happens. J.R. Slander told me about, he told me his feelings about Deft. He said Deft is talented but not dangerous. So I feel as though based on that alone, he's going to come with what he would consider to be enough. And what he considers to be enough might not actually be enough. He might be underestimating, and he might, fuck around and get his head taken off. And if it happens, oh fucking well, it happens. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. Whether you battling King Kong or Donkey Kong, take that nigga head off, mincemeat the body, put it in a Ziploc bag with a squeegee and move the fuck on, or you haven't done enough. Cap Yuff versus Caveman Brown. Here's the thing. Cap Yuff's been on this shit since he battled Skull. Well, with the exception of that Brooklyn Mike Club battle, because I don't know what the fuck Cap was doing in that battle. But aside from that, Cap's been in his bag. He's been doing what the fuck he's supposed to do, body bagging niggas. Caveman Brown hasn't been in the ring in a long minute. And to my knowledge, he's probably the only active member in Goon Platoon right now, period. But he is in Goon Platoon. That by itself kind of rings bells. Caveman Brown, when he does his thing, boy, Caveman Brown is a goddamn problem. That nigga can rap. Cap can rap too. Now, Cap said, when I gave him the matchup, he said, did you tell him that ain't nothing he can do? He's gonna die. I won't put him in a Ziploc bag. Scrape him up with a squeegee. He go into the Ziploc bag, ain't shit he can do about it. And Caveman Brown said, you're gonna get a classic Caveman Brown performance. It's gonna be ugly. Man, listen, if y'all both talk that y'all talking right now, I ain't gonna get my Ziploc bag. I want it. I ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna get a goddamn classic. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But if either one of you slip up, stumble, you know what I mean? If fucking turf wants to get you, right. Y'all going in there, Ziploc bag. Shit. Might need a strainer before I put you in there for real. That's just, what are y'all gonna die horrible death? And I'm gonna be happily there filming the whole fucking thing. Last but not least, Reaper, or the artist formerly known as Reaper. We're not sure. I'm hoping it's Reaper. That's REEPER versus Codes. There's a lot of things I could say about this battle, but I'm gonna wrap it up pretty simple. Reaper in Face Off is on a 9-0 win streak, and somebody asked me recently, where can I find Reaper's best work? Not in my ring. He does his best work outside of Face Off. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. His best work is at Duel of the Iron Mics and at I Battle. And, excluding the round where he choked against Eclipse. But his best work has been not in my ring. He's done some decent work in my ring. He did some decent work with Judaville. He did some decent work with Smoke Black. But his best work hasn't been in my ring. Now, Codes Mr. 4-0 win streak himself. Both of these guys, have long undefeated streaks, but Codes' undefeated streak is against absolutely nobody with a winning record. At least not at the time that they battled Codes. Purely Death didn't have a winning record. Bob Green was his first fight. He was 0-0. Valentine did not have a winning record. SK did not have a winning record. He hasn't beaten anybody that has a winning record at all. You know, he's the only person in the top 5 that hasn't beaten anybody with a winning record. You know, but he is 4-0. And if Reaper still has the title at that point in time, it'll be a title match. And even if he doesn't, he'll be fighting somebody that's 9-2. So we're going to find out just how real that record really is. I hope he got some bars for him, because even though Reaper hasn't done his best work in our ring, he's done enough to go 9-0, which is more than twice what Codes has done thus far. Come on out, find out for yourselves.
Ammo Marshall.
Oh shit, did I skip that? Alright, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here, you bum motherfuckers. What you fucking with? Like, no, what?
Yeah. We got Ammo and Marshall. My fault, I skipped one. If Ammo beats Marshall, he will get a title fight in December. Hands down. However, if Ammo loses, I don't know what he's got in December. Marshall Law. Punchline machine. Most people duck him. He hasn't had an in-win. He's only had one in-ring victory. That was this year against the Great White. Also a bar machine. Not as good a performer, but I think he's stepping that up. You know, he hasn't been in the game as long as Marshall. Ammo, superior performer, man. Marshall's a great performer, and so is Ammo. I think performance-wise, Ammo still edges him. Marshall punches more. Neither one of them use a lot of personals. But Ammo, at least recently, has been punching a lot. I think it's a very evenly contested match, but it might be a little more in it for Ammo, you know, because the title shot is on the line for him if he wins. Than for Marshall. They're both top 10 contenders, or Marshall's just outside of the top 10. I'd have to look at the rankings again because Smoke Black came back and some other people came back to the league that weren't in the league, and they have more points than Marshall has. So if he's not in the top 10, he's right outside of the top 10. But Marshall needs to beat Ammo, and then Codes next year, so he can get to his title shot opportunity. So there's a lot on the line for both of them. So we'll see what they do. But either way, you know, I've heard some of Ammo's material. Marshall, that boy's coming for your fucking head. You will have to show the fuck out. Because if you don't, man, listen, I don't got the Ziploc bag on me right now. It's in the wet. It's already some minced chum in it. But you can be added to the chunk, fed to the sharks. Because that's what's gonna fucking happen if you don't come with it. Face off! Now!
Fuck y'all!
Bars!